Hey everybody, welcome to this yin class. So today's class focus is on your legs and your feet. So really good one if you have tired legs or feet, if you've been on your feet all day, or if you're feeling a little tight through your hamstrings and the back of your legs. This is going to be a nice little relief for you. Props wise, grab yourself a bolster, or if you don't have a bolster, you could grab a couple of pillows or cushions and a strap or a belt, and we want it in a loop. So I'll get you to just do that now, connecting it or tying it at one end, so that you don't have to do that during class. And also just make sure, give it a nice little tug and make sure that it is secure if it's one of these little loopy guys. So we can pop the strap to the side, and bolster can be also to the side. We're just going to start in a comfortable seat. So sitting up nice and tall, let your hands relax wherever feels comfortable for you, whether that's on your knees or in your lap. Finding your sit bones, you might wiggle around a little side to side, rock a little back and forth, just finding a comfortable seat so you're feeling nice and stable through your lower body. So that you're able to lift up and lengthen through your spine, relax your shoulders, relax the expression on your face. We're going to take a nice deep breath in through the nose and a big sigh out. And again, big breath in, biggest breath you've taken all day. Big sigh out. One more time, big breath in. And let it go. Beautiful. Let your breath settle back into its natural rhythm now. So without trying to change it or control it at all, just start to follow your breath. So noticing the sensation at the very tip of your nostrils as you inhale, maybe a little tickle, feeling the cool air drawing in, and then the warm air that flows back out. Keep your awareness right there at the tip of your nostrils, following the breath in and out. Start to bring your awareness to the back of your throat as you breathe. Feel the breath travel down the back of your throat. As you exhale, feel it traveling back up. Again, awareness on the back of your throat as you breathe in and back out. Awareness to your upper chest as you inhale, feel that lift. And as you exhale, feel it fall. Again, inhale, upper chest lifts. Exhale as it releases and falls. And shift your awareness a little deeper into your lungs. Take a nice big inhale, feel them expand and fill up. Exhale, feel them empty out and contract. Again, big inhale, filling up. Exhale, emptying out. Now follow your breath all the way from the tip of your nostril. Inhale. Down the back of your throat, feel your upper chest, your full lungs filling up. And then exhale, follow the breath all the way back out. Again, inhale, follow it all the way. And follow it back out. Keep breathing. Keep following the breath. Beautiful. Softly blinking, open your eyes. Let's make our way into our first yin posture. We're going to come into a toe stretch. We get the arguably hardest one out of the way first. So you're going to come into a tabletop. Make sure your bolster is within reach. So from your tabletop, tuck your toes under. And we want to tuck all 10 toes. Beautiful. So we'll start with some movement first and then we'll settle into stillness. So as you inhale, drop your belly down, lift your tailbone and your heart. And as you exhale, round through your back and drop your hips back towards your heels. So weight coming a little more into your heels. Feel the stretch through the soles of your foot. We'll inhale, come forward, lift your heart, look forward. Exhale, round and press back. And again, inhale, come forward. Exhale as you press back, and we're going to hold here, and I'm going to give you options. So if this feels like enough for you, you can stay right here. You might like to bring your bolster in a little closer, bring your hands up onto your bolster. So you don't have all your weight sitting back on your heels, you're taking some of it with your hands. If that feels quite intense, this can help. If you feel like you've got a little bit more in you, maybe you walk your hands up to your thighs and sit upright a little more, shifting a bit more weight into your heels. It is an intense one for most of us. We don't often stretch out our feet. I promise you this feels so good when you come out of it. So here we are. Take a nice big breath in. Long exhale. Anytime you need to bring the weight back into your hands, you're welcome to. We're taking just 10 breaths here. We're already 2 in. Bring that awareness right back to your breath. Follow it all the way in, all the way out. We're halfway through. Full breaths. 3 more. 2 more. Last breath in and out. Walk your hands forward back to the mat. Oh. Untuck your toes, move nice and slow. Give it a moment. You can just let all the blood rush back here in stillness, or you can give a nice little tap out to your feet. Get that energy flowing through again. It is full on, it is intense, maybe some circles to your ankles. But it does feel good when you come out. Beautiful. Okay, let's move on to some nicer feeling postures. We are going to come to a seat, so you might sit your hips back towards your heels, shift your weight to one side and bring your legs around in front of you. So extending your right leg out in front, we'll bend the left knee and draw the foot into the inside of your thigh. Now it doesn't have to be super close in, just somewhere on the inside of the thigh. Make sure you're sitting up nice and tall. I didn't mention it, but if that left knee is kind of hovering or feels a little tense, you might like to pop a block or a cushion underneath it, just for a little bit of support. Now, if you can relax that extended leg a little, so we don't want to flex it, we want to kind of give it a little shake and let it relax a little. We're going to come into a forward fold. Make sure your bolster is within reach here. So we'll bring hands either side of the leg. Take a nice big breath in. And then we're going to soften into this fold. So allow your back to round, let your arms to become heavy. We're not reaching here at all. You might even turn your palms to face up and let the top of your head get really heavy. So you should be feeling a nice stretch down the back of the right leg here. Maybe a little through your back body as well as we're rounding. You're welcome to stay right here, but if you'd like a little bit of support, you may like to bring your bolster over your thigh and rest your head down, or maybe rest your head in your hands. Or you can have the bolster long ways if that fits and fold over it. There's no right or wrong way to use your props. So allowing them to support you, as long as you can still feel that sensation. Feeling the lengthening through the back of your right leg. Allowing your entire upper body to drape over you. And bring your awareness right back to your breath. And you follow your breath all the way in, nice slow inhale. Follow the breath all the way back out, a slow exhale. Allowing yourself to be fully present with your breath, with your body. Inviting a sense of ease and softness in. Can you take 5 more full breaths here? One last big breath in and out. Slowly start to roll your way up little by little by little. Before you can pop your bolster to the side if you used it, and we'll swap sides. Take your time to get there as you extend your left leg out long, and you take a bend into your right knee, right foot to the inside of your left thigh. Propping under your right knee if you need, and just make sure you're sitting up nice and tall first. Relax that left leg as much as you can. If you know you want your bolster, you can set it up. Otherwise, hands either side of your leg. Will take a nice big breath in. And as you exhale, starting to fold forward. You might find this side feels a little more intense or a little less intense. It's not always the same. Take a moment to kind of feel into it, and then if you need your prop, you can grab your bolster, placing it over your leg in any way that feels good. Allowing your whole upper body to drape over you or over your leg. Releasing any effort through your arms, let your shoulders relax, your hands, maybe your palms turn up, and your head is heavy. Following your breath all the way in, all the way out. Each time you find your mind has wandered off, just gently coax it back to your breath, following it in, following it out. You can start over as many times as you need. The practice of presence and mindfulness. Let's take 5 more full breaths here. One last full breath in and out. As you slowly peel yourself up away from your leg, popping your bolster to the side. We're going to release the right leg, but we'll bring both feet to the mat, nice and wide. Bring your hands behind you as you shift your weight back a little here as well. And we'll just windshield wiper, rocking the legs from side to side. Inviting in some really gentle movement as you feel any sensations through your legs. Beautiful. Now you might like to have your bolster behind you, just sort of within reach. We're going to stay in this kind of position and come into a seated pigeon pose. So feet on the ground. We'll lift the right leg up, cross your right ankle over your left knee. Now options to make this more or less intense. Notice how this feels. If you feel like you want it to be a little more intense, you can bring that left foot a little closer towards you or walk your hands in a little closer. If you want to make it less intense, you can walk left foot away or walk your arms away a little more. And if you feel like you want a little bit more support, you might even bring that bolster in a little bit closer and just rest your forearms back on it. Your forearms and even your mid-back. And again, you can make it a little more intense or less. This definitely makes it less intense for me, so I'm going to stay up on my hands. But completely up to you to customize this to make this suit how you're feeling. We want to feel this through the outer right hip. That is our main target area here. So our hips can get really tight and tense from standing all day, even from walking a lot. Obviously also from sitting for long periods. Always nice to get a really nice release for them. We're not going to stay here for too long. We're going to take 5 more breaths. And then gently to release, you can lean back a little, release your right foot back down. And we'll take that to the other side. Left ankle crosses over the right knee. And again, making those same adjustments if you want to make it more intense, bringing your torso a little closer or walking your right foot in a little closer. Less intense, we kind of open the shape up a little more, or maybe lean back onto your bolster. And you don't have to do exactly what you did on the other side. This side might feel different. So adjusting accordingly. Feeling into that outer left hip. Following your breath as you breathe through this. Each exhale finds a little more release. Take 5 more breaths here. And after that last breath, walking your right foot away a little bit more as you release your left leg down. And then same as before, bring your feet out nice and wide, and we'll gently rock, knees from side to side. Just some gentle movement. Allowing the blood and the energy to flow. Beautiful. From here we are going to come and lay down on our backs. So you might just pop your bolster out of the way so that you can lay down. We will be using the strap for this next one, so make sure it's within reach. And we're going to come into our hammock pose. So grabbing your strap. So again, we want it in a big loop. Make sure it's nice and firm and tight. We're going to bring your right foot into the strap, so around about the ball of the foot. Make sure that, what are we going to call it? Loop or connection buckle is on the side. We're going to lift our head up and loop the strap around to sort of cradle the back of the head. I think my ponytail's a little in the way. We want it to support the back of the head. So it's going to look a little weird because you've got a big bent knee. You can adjust your strap as you need. But basically, we're going to extend the left leg. There we go, that's better. And we're going to find this balance between the foot and the head. So it's kind of a counterbalance where we're releasing through the back of the leg, but also through the back of your head. So you might have a little bit of sort of back and forth first before you find that sweet spot. So left leg can be extended, but if that feels like it's straining at all, you can absolutely bend the knee and have the sole of the foot down. So give it a minute or so to kind of find that spot. If this doesn't feel good for you, like particularly for your neck, you can release your head and just have your hands on the strap, extending your right leg up towards the ceiling. So that's another option, but I encourage you to try this. It looks a little weird, but it feels like absolute heaven once you find that spot and once you release as well. You're kind of surrendering into it, allowing that strap to hold you so that you can release any tension, any urge to hold on. Find your breath here once again. Following the breath in as you fill out. Follow the breath out as you release and you soften a little more. Follow the breath in. Follow the breath out. Let go and surrender. Take 5 more full breaths. Your last big breath in and complete exhale, let it sigh out. Moving super slowly, bring your hands to your strap either side. You can release your head first and then release your foot. And then slowly start to float that right leg down like you're in slow motion, as slow as you can possibly go. We'll bring it all the way down. can extend both legs, give it a moment. Notice how you're feeling through your entire right leg, in the back of your head, your neck. And when you're ready, we're going to take that to the other side. So hooking left foot into the strap. So it's on the ball of your foot. And then lift your head up, hooking it around your head, just above the ears. So right leg can be extended, or you can bend the knee, have the foot down just for a little bit more stability. And again, allow yourself to kind of find that sweet spot. So head is lifted off the ground, suspended or held by the strap. A little bit of a seesaw kind of motion between the head and the foot. Notice how you feel through back of the left leg compared to the right. Give yourself time to ease in, letting your head become a little bit heavier. Your foot to your leg a little heavier as well. Using your breath, following it in, following it out. Each exhale finding a little more ease, heaviness, surrender. And if your mind begins to wander, gently, gently bring it back to following the breath in, following it out, practicing presence with your breath, with your body, and with your practice. Take 5 more breaths here. Last big breath in. Let it sigh out. Hands to your strap, move nice and slow. So you very gently release your head first, bringing it down. You can release the strap from your foot and moving in slow, slow motion. Start to float the leg down to the mat as slow as you can possibly go. Once it touches down, you might extend the other leg as well. Allow yourself a little mini Shavasana. Notice how you're feeling through your whole body. And then moving slowly, start to bend your knees and bring your feet to the mat. Grab a hold of your bolster. We're going to lift the hips up and slide the bolster underneath. Let your hips come all the way back down. And I'm going to give you two options here. So I want you to tune into what you need the most. So first option, and we can all go there to begin with, draw the knees into your chest and then extend your legs up towards the ceiling. That is it. Hands can rest on the bolster or out wide, and just allow your legs to hang here. A little softness through your knees, a little space between the legs. You can stay right here. You want a little more release through your inner hips, perhaps. Second option is to bring your knees nice and wide, coming into a happy baby as you reach your arms up. Grab a hold of the outside of your feet just to begin with. So your bolster still under the hips, supporting you. Finding the shape with your hands supporting you. And then you can release your hands. Let your feet drop a little more towards your buttocks. Your knees are still kind of moving outward towards your armpits. Nice and heavy. So this is your second option. First option is just legs floating up towards the ceiling. Second option is this supported happy baby. Wherever you are, we're going to take 15 breaths. I'll leave you here in stillness. Let your breath travel through you and keep you focused and present. Take one last big breath in. Exhale completely. If your legs are extended up towards the ceiling, soften your knees, take a bend into them. Slowly float your feet down towards the mat. And if you're in your happy baby, you'll start to lift the knees up and bring the feet back down. Beautiful. You can lift your hips up. You can remove your bolster altogether, or maybe you want to just slide it down underneath your knees for your Shavasana. As usual, I will be leaving you here. So if you'd like to pause the video now and pop on a guided Shavasana or a song or a timer, you are more than welcome to do so. But if you would like to come out of the practice with me, we will very slowly make our way back to a seated position. Getting there any way that you like. And once you arrive in your seat, bring your hands together before your heart. Bow your head gently towards your hands in gratitude to your practice today. And thank you for letting me guide you. I hope you're feeling good in your body and in your mind. And I will see you again very soon. Thank you.